guys, it's Braden Hatch with Loan Depot, and today I want to talk about investment properties. So, investment properties, why are they important? Well, number one, it's an investment. They are great ways that you can build wealth through home ownership. So, whether you are a first-time buyer or whether you own your home now and you're really looking to just find a rental property or another way to kind of make some money, I want to dive deep into some of the things and the questions I get regarding investment properties, as well as some of the things you're going to need to know if you're going to be financing that home as well. So, number one, if you don't own your home now and you're looking for an investment property, these can be a little bit tougher because if you don't already own a home, number one, you do need a decent amount of down payment in order to buy a home. The very minimum is a 15% down payment when it comes to investment properties. 20% is recommended as that will reduce the mortgage payment as well as not have the monthly mortgage insurance on there, but you can do it with as little as a 15% down payment. Now, investment properties are available with conventional home loans only. So, can't be an FHA, can't be a VA or USDA. Those are all reserved for primary residences only. So you can't use that with an investment property. Unless, however, there is one little restriction to that, and that is if you are purchasing a duplex or a triplex or even a fourplex, what you can do is you can live in one of the units as your primary home and rent out the other three and collect income on those ones. With that type of a property and that type of strategy, you can still do a very minimum down, 3% or 5% down, and get into that home and collect rent. So those properties are a little bit harder to come by. They're not as common as a single family or a condo or a townhouse, but they are out there. So if you ever do have an opportunity, or if you ever find like I said, a duplex, triplex, fourplex, give me a call. You'd be surprised to run some of the numbers. I actually helped a client with this a few years back. He bought a duplex. His mortgage that he paid monthly for it was what he charged for the other unit. So basically he was living there rent free because he's collecting the unit for the same price as the mortgage. So there can be some great opportunities when it comes to investment properties in those duplex, triplex situations. So I wanted to throw that out there. In most other scenarios, if you are not going to live in the property and it's going to make money, that is literally the definition of an investment property. So like I said, 20% is recommended. And then the other thing that comes up is what are the minimum credit scores? Now, for a conventional home loan, you do need a 620 or higher credit score. But when looking at investment properties, you're going to pay a lot more in fees or points if your score really isn't up in the 680s or higher. So the higher credit score, the better opportunity you're going to have for the investment homes. Now, another question that comes up. So you're planning to rent this property out, right? You want to buy a house with the intent to rent it out, which means there's going to be future income coming in for that property. Can we use that future income as income on the application? Absolutely, but not all of it. So that's another question that I get. When you're looking to buy a home and if an investment property and you've never purchased one before, so it has never been on past tax returns, whatever the price, however much rent you're planning on receiving, we can use 75% of that as part of your income to help offset the new mortgage payment as long as we have it in some sort of a rental agreement before you close on that home. So if you do have an investment property in mind, make sure you have a renter or a tenant in mind as well, and then we can use that additional income. So let's say you're planning on charging $1,000 a month in rent for this home. Well, on paper, we can use $750 of that to help offset that mortgage payment. So it's a good question. It comes up a lot. So I always like to let people know about those opportunities, just so you're aware. Another one when it comes to non-primary homes, right? So secondary homes. I personally have bought a secondary home. It was my intent to go live there, just to get away from the heat, because we're very hot here in Arizona. I have a place up in northern Arizona, and it's a great opportunity to get out there, and it's a smaller down payment as well. So when it's your second home, it's a 10% minimum down payment, and the interest rates are actually very comparable to a primary residence as well. So a lot less fees, better interest rate when it comes to a second home. Now, the other cool thing with second homes is, you do need to plan to live there a good chunk of the time, but let's say there's an opportunity to where you want to rent it out for those days that you're not living in the property, such as like a VRBO or an Airbnb. You can absolutely do that with a second home. Again, as long as you still, intend to live in that property, it's a great opportunity to make a little extra money while you're not staying there. The only difference is we cannot use that income if you're planning to purchase it as a second home. So whatever projected income, we wouldn't be able to use that. You need to make sure you can handle both your existing rent or mortgage payment as well as the new mortgage payment on the secondary home. So again, just little things I like to let people know about. So again, investment properties, major ways to make extra money, because also as you're bringing in money to those things, the value and the equity will continue to rise. So you have tons of opportunity to really just increase your wealth. Another one that I get a lot is where can I get that 20% down? So if you don't have, $50, $100,000 chilling in your bank account, and you really want to buy an investment property, how would you go about doing that? Can I get a gift? Can I get it from family? Unless they're going to be on the home loan or on the property itself, no, it needs to be liquid funds that are your own. Or if you have a 401k or retirement funds, you can pull the funds out of that to do the down payment as well, to do that 15 or 20% down. Now, if you do own your own home and you've owned it for a few years, now might be a great opportunity to tap into some of that equity that the home has earned via a cash out refinance or a home equity line of credit. That way, when you do find an investment property, you can pull from that equity to use that as the down payment. That's allowed because we're gonna know what the payment is if you did a cash out refinance or a home equity line of credit. Goes into that debt ratio to figure out how we can get you, approved from a qualification standpoint. So I always like to just share little creative ways to help come up with those, additional funds so that you can buy an investment property and then you can really start making additional funds. So if you'd like to dive in deep, see if it's something you could qualify for or how much you would qualify for on an investment property, please give me a call today. I'd be happy to help. And as always, like and share and subscribe to this channel. Thanks guys. Bye.